Hi, my name is Hazem, and today I'm going to show you how to make an electrical plug. So this is a receptacle, and I've stripped my armored cable, and I've added my anti-short bushing. Now, if I want to power a device that's got like a BX whip from an electrical socket, I've got three choices. The first one is you can strip these nice and neat and just stick them right in the holes here, and this is not good. The second option is you can hardwire it permanently into the junction box. But then from Home Depot you can buy these like plugs. So these are approved. You gotta make sure, get the right one for the right amperage and the right voltage. There's two different models here. The difference is this one's got a little bit more expensive because it's got an LED to tell you if it's on or not. So to hook this up, you gotta disassemble it. So you gotta unscrew the front. Actually, that's the first step. Oh, where's my screwdriver? So we're gonna unscrew. There's three screws here. They don't come out all the way. Whoops. And it's hard to do this with one hand, but basically these come out. And then once these are out, then you just yank this out, and now you've got three connectors inside here. So if you're not sure which one's which, you gotta look carefully. So you've got ground, which is your green wire, and then you'll have neutral, which is your remember from my other video, neutral is your silver screw, and then hot is your brass screw. And if you're not sure, you can look at an outlet or receptacle. So this is going to plug in, which means the small hole is the hot one, and we always know that. So this is our hot wire. So in our BX here, I'm using red, but you might have black as your hot wire, and then white's your neutral, and then you'll either have a green or a bare copper wire for your ground. So now I've stripped quite a bit off of this, and you want to make sure this doesn't tell us how much to strip off, which is not ideal, but remember this. So this part clamps down onto your cable, so make sure you pull your wires in to this device first. So if you have to, you'll unscrew a bit more of here, or squeeze this down and get this. You want to get the cable, the metal part of the cable, into the hole here. So we want to force this down as far as we can, like that. So if we've got a thing sticking out, we've got to bend it in. So you wanna wiggle this, and you wanna shove it in until you're actually in, because we want to clamp down on the metal part. So now we're going to tighten these screws down. This is the first thing. You're going to tighten these down. Oops, it's hard to do with one hand. But once this is nice and snug, then we'll move on to the wires. Okay, so now I'm nice and snug. So we wanna trim the wires, because remember, it's kind of tricky because you want this to be sitting in there, but if you push too much, there's not a whole lot of room here for our wires. So actually, I have a better idea. What you want to do is this. We want to loosen this down, and we want to get this on our wire, and then think about where this needs to sit and be safe. So this has a depth of like an inch. So that means we can be safe if we got our armor within about an inch. So we can leave about an inch of wire on here. So we're gonna cut this about an inch down. Actually, whoops. There's my other tool here. So I've trimmed my wires, and now I'm gonna strip about half an inch. Oh, pesky thing. Let me do this right. It's hard to do with one hand. I want to avoid nicking the wire, but basically we want to strip the wires, and then we're going to loosen the screws. So we've loosened these screws, and we want our wire to sit between this flat part here and the screw. So this wire is our hot wire, which could be red, black, or blue, depending on what you've got. And we want to push this in, so we want to strip enough so that the wire hits the back, but we don't want any more exposed. And then we're going to tighten the screw. Okay, so we've got our hot wire on our brass screw, and it's tightened. And we've got our neutral wire on our white screw, and we've got our ground on our green screw. And so we want to wiggle this around a bit and make sure that none of our wires pop out. And then when we're done, we're just going to bring our cover back, and now it's much easier to push this back into the cover. So if you want to line up your three, you've got 3 screw holes, so you want to line these up just like that. Okay, so now we're going to push this in as far as we can, and we'll let the screws go. Yeah? Okay, and we're going to tighten these screws down. 3 of them. Okay, so we've just got enough insulation right here. And now we're going to take our cover. Oops. And we're going to put a cover on, and we're going to tighten this down. Okay, so this is nice and tight, and there's no armor escaping, and now we got a working outlet. So we can just plug right in. I hope this is live.